Frank, morning.
Morning.
How have things been since the Norwich game?
Yeah, good training. Bit of recovery for the players, the usual. So, yeah, everyone's trained very well.
And you brought in Yanoa Markello. What can you tell us about him?
Talented player, one that's been on our eye for a little while now. A winger predominantly, been playing wing back also, but attacking player on the side of the pitch, good speed, acceleration, 1v1, create to score. So yeah, young player. We need some time adapting, probably for us to the league. Hasn't played for a little while as well for proper games. So one for the future, and if he can help us in the short term, that would be great too.
Yeah, but he's part involved in the group.
Oh, he's fully involved in the group.
moment.
Yeah, he's fully involved in the group. We just need to get him match fit.
Right. Okay. And he's predominantly right-footed, is he?
No, he plays. He can play on the right. He can play on the left well as well. So he's a left-footed player.
And he's someone you say that's been on the radar for a little while.
Yes, we've been looking at him as we try and make sure we make the right moves for the club going forward, for the squad as it is. We know we've got two players with us in those positions now that are loan players for us. So, as I say, we felt it was the right time to make a move for him. And as I say, it's the adapting to the league as a young player will be a thing for him. But we're here to help him and work with him. And yeah, we've got obviously high hopes. That's why we brought him to the club.
I mean, you mentioned Romain and Yang are loan players. Is there a recall option then? Is that what you're alluding to there? And you need Markello to...
No, just that they'll only be with us this season. So
temporary.
When I'm talking about a longer term picture.
Yeah, okay. And couple of 3 days now before the window closes. What else is happening currently?
Nothing at the moment. Until the window's closed, that's obviously nothing's done. But at the moment, I think what we've done is what we've done. So that's all right.
But you are looking in other positions.
We're aware that the market's open, so we'll see if there was something that we felt could help the squad, then that could happen. But if not, we've got our squad when we go.
And reflections now in the cold light of day on what happened at Norwich. I mean, clearly you'll have watched the game back several times, I would imagine, between...
Not that many.
No, all right.
Not that many.
Yeah. It was fairly... what's the word I'm looking for without being too brutal? It wasn't pleasant viewing, was it, from a defensive point of view?
No, it wasn't. But I think if we're clear on our expectations in this league to go to Norwich away in the form that they're in, I think if I review the game, there's things we can improve for sure. I don't have to go over that again. But in terms of the chances we created, then could we have won the game? Yes. Circumstances and goals change football matches. And I think we've got to be very careful at times to understand where we're at, and that you're never entitled to get anything in this league in football. Where we sit in our position in the table is due to our hard work to get where we are. But will you go and win every game? And if we'd have continued our form from the end of November, early December, we would have ended up on 112 points or something. It's not a reality. Football games come around, periods come around which are challenging. They do it to every team, whether you're a parachute team or a non-parachute team like us. So I think we'll be very careful to have the right perspective. There's the balance of edge to not make those mistakes again, but there's also a realism of the work that we've done to get where we are against some odds at times, I think, in this league, and take that forward. So my job is to try and correct any negatives. I help the players in that sense, but also to promote what we've done, because negativity on and off the pitch can be negative. So it's important to be positive, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah, and I appreciate you saying that, and that's quite right. But you find out a lot about your players as people when they're going through difficult times as much as you do when things are going well, Frank, don't you?
Yeah, I guess if you call a difficult time winning against Leicester, winning against Millwall and losing at Norwich, maybe that is down to what the standards that we set this season. But again, I think if we focus on it with that angle, we're footballers. We all know you do this job. If you don't want to be a player that's if you think everything's going to be rosy all the time, don't come into this job. I played for 20 years. I'm lucky enough to do a lot of things positive, but I also remember lots and lots of things that didn't go my way, our way as a team. That's football. So yeah, as I say, I think it's Norwich. Norwich wasn't our best day, clearly, but there's been a lot of good days, and we just have to get back at it.
And defensively, you've got the option of maybe changing it to a 3-man centre back formation with wing backs. Is that something that's possibly in your head to try and
And
stop the overload from midfield as well? With Matt, I mean, Matt Grimes needs. I think it's clear that Matt Grimes needs some help in there, because the other night, particularly against Norwich, you were being, in my opinion, overrun in the midfield area. So you need to think about what's happening.
it's my job to think about it.
Yeah,
It's just your job to have an opinion on it. It's my job to try and get it right.
fair enough. Queen's Park Rangers, obviously everybody remembers what happened early on in the season when you beat them 7-1, and the atmosphere surrounding that, with the club acquiring the stadium as well. A lot's changed, obviously, for both clubs in the season since then, Frank, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think there's no relation for me because of we played very, very well. It was a tough day for them. They reacted very well straight after that game, to be fair to them. And since then, they're a difficult team. We're playing at their stadium, and the pitch is very different to what our pitch was like on the day. So there's very little relation.
And what are you expecting from them?
A really tough match. You know, they've got results through the season. They've got, I think, a very good coach, good players, an atmosphere at the stadium. Been there many a times as a player and as a coach, and understand how tough it's going to be. Absolutely.
And what's it going to take to get all 3 points, which you haven't done away from home for a little while now?
Everything we can do. You know, the mentality of the players to approach the game, to understand that in this game there's always flows in these games. As I say, particularly the type of game that I'm expecting. So just to be absolutely on it, nothing's going to guarantee you winning this league, but we have to give the best version of ourselves.
And Jack Rodoni, how is he?
Yep, he's fine. He's back in the squad.
Okay. And that's clearly a lift for everybody, is it?
Yeah, it's a big positive. Yeah, he missed a game. We said at the time we were hoping it was to be ready for this one, and he is.
Josh, obviously looking to move on from Monday as quickly as possible, I suppose. That's the feeling within the group, is it?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, it wasn't our best performance, and we know that as a team. I'll say it again, we know we've got the talent in the team to do great things. But as long as we put it right Saturday, and get back on track, then we should be all right.
Yeah, and going forward, obviously, again, lots of opportunities carving open the opposition, and that's, again, something to be positive about.
Yeah, for sure. We always create a lot of chances in games. Obviously, we'd like to stop the chances a little bit more often than we do. But to be fair, with the start of the season we've had, we've given ourselves an opportunity in the season to properly attack it. With such a good start at the start of the season, we've allowed ourselves to have this little blip in the middle of the season. But as long as we put it right in the next few games and get ourselves back on track, there shouldn't be any worries.
Yeah, because I think there's a big weight of expectation because of how you performed, up to the end of November, that was going to just carry on and carry on and carry on. And we know in the course of a long championship season, that was always going to be a huge ask, wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. As you say, in most sports, though, it's not how you start; it's how you finish. So the most important thing now is to focus on the last 16, 17 games of the season. Like I said, we gave ourselves a real good shot to give it a good go. And like I said before, the talent we've got in the team, the depth we've got now is frightening. We've got people coming back from injury like Brandon Thomas Santake and Kane and stuff like that. So we've got pretty much a full squad to go and attack it now.
You've got a new teammate, Marcello.
Yep.
Starting to get to know the boys and introduce himself.
Yeah, he's come in. He looks like a confident chap. He spoke with Milan quite a bit, obviously from the same nationality, so a bit easier for him to integrate into the team. But yeah, he looks like a good lad, and he's going to fit right in, I reckon.
And QPR, of course, everybody's got great memories of what happened at the beginning of the season, where beat them 7-1. I said to the gaffer, though, just now, a lot's changed since then, Josh, hasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure after the 7-1 win for us, they went on a good little run after that. So yeah, like you said, sorry, it's a bit different now, a bit later in the season. But obviously, we'll go out there and do our best, and that's what we can do.
And Loftus Road has been good for you. You scored there a couple of seasons ago, and the team have done pretty well there. Draw last season, couple of wins prior to that, so it's one of your favourite grounds, is it?
It's a nice ground to go to be fair. Proper old school and compact. It's one of them where as soon as you're off the pitch, you're in the stands. And I like that. It makes it more hostile and stuff like that. And like you said, I scored there a few seasons ago, which is always nice to do. And hopefully I can get another one.
Yeah. And do you like that atmosphere then, with the fans in the best possible way, putting you under pressure, as it were?
Yeah. As players, we love that sort of stuff. That's why we come to work every day and do what we do. Whether it's good or bad, it can make you happy and it can make you laugh, sort of stuff. So, yeah, I like saying things like this where it's proper old school stuff like that. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
And 1,800 fans going to be behind that goal. All your
Yeah,
fellow fans,
They'll-
fellow supporters.
family. But they never fail to let us down. No matter how the little blip we're having, they will still come out in their numbers and show us their support. And the least we can do now is to go and put a good performance in, get some goals, and bring back the 3 points. Yeah, it should be nice to see them on that. Pretty sure it's a top stand in it. So yeah, we'll see you there.